It's the NFL on EA Sports,
where we'll see the teams from Broadway Joe's Guarantee and Super Bowl III. It's the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts.
And it comes your way next.
The address is 347 Don Shula Drive in honor of the legendary coach. The stadium is Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, glad to have you in the booth with us here on EA Sports. Greg, this is one of those intriguing matchups because we got a couple of quarterbacks, that most important position, trying to bounce back after seasons where injury derailed their hopes for a good campaign.
And it's just so difficult when you look back on each of these teams.
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go from South Florida. Penei Wanwu now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. And let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the past. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level. And if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender.
We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Hall. Hall, a first down and more. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this is a guy that you do not want to have to tackle in space. I mean, the footwork, the agility, the ability to go side to side and then still have the burst and explosiveness to pick up big yards. I mean, this guy's a handful.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Play fake. It's Rodgers. That's to the sideline and taken in by Wilson. They pick up 17 through the air. Good for a Jets first down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
And he will score. Breece Hall, touchdown Jets. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Greg Zuerlein now for the point after. It's up, and through. And the Jets will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Josh Downs now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. Led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida, it's Anthony Richardson.
Mike, when you look around the league, there's just not a lot of quarterbacks that look and can play to the style of Anthony Richardson. He can make every throw on the field. He's big. He can run for power, run with speed. As he continues to iron out some of those flaws from coming out of college, he lost his rookie season to injury. Here in year two, I wouldn't be shocked by year end if he's a household name.
He's got a receiver. That's Michael Pittman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
On first down, it's Richardson. He's got the big man, Mo Alley Cox. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Open man, that's Alec Pierce. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Richardson. That one into the hands of Downs. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Gay's kick is good. And the Colts are on the board. It's 7-3. after the field goal. Back out is Gay to kick this one off. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jets offense going to take over now for the second time. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
From the gun, Rodgers gets that one to the veteran Lazard.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. A pass caught right side by Conklin. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. And the Jets have a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3. Second and 7. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll get this up to the 44. That's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle. Here now, 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to have the 1st down, and that one good for 9, and the drive continues.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Down. Out.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He gets this complete, finding Adams. So a big 3rd down hookup. An unbalanced look to the left here on 1st down. To throw is Rodgers. He'll find his tight end Conklin. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll run. It's Hall. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Breece Hall, touchdown, New York. That's his second touchdown so far here in the first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Back up.
Zerline's kick, up and good. And the Jets extend their advantage to 14-3. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Anthony Gould now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Out of a shotgun, Richardson. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
It's 1st down. You got to get the ball out of your hands. I understand trying to take a shot. I love it on early downs. But once it's not there and that protection starts to break down, it's either check down or throwaway. You don't want to be in 2nd and long.
On 2nd down, Richardson. This throw right side, pulled in by Pittman. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So, on 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Xavier Gibson to return for the Jets. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Here's Hall. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Kenny Moore there to make the play. They face 2nd down and 7. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. Good for a Jets 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Rodgers. That's to the right side. He's got Corley. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Malachi Corley. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll begin inside their own 15-yard line. So a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Richardson to throw. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. They'll toss this right side to Taylor. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan in the toss. Healthy gain, and they pick up the 1st down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
On play action, Richardson. It's intercepted. He tried to take on Sauce, and Gardner took it away. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
Now Zerline for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jets move out to a 21-3 advantage. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Here's Gould on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Here's a deep shot for Pierce. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Now, this is textbook route running. Everything from the way he attacked their leverage with speed, and then when he crosses face, that's the indication for the quarterback to release the ball. Ball's on target, great run, great route, big pickup.
That one knocked away and incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Coming open is Pierce. It's on target. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down. Richardson operating from the pistol. It is brought in the end zone. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Indy. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Colts get a bit closer here. It's now 21-10. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Gibson now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Rodgers now. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Rodgers here on 2nd down. This complete to Corley. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw, still result in a big game.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
The main goal for these quarterbacks when they're facing zone defense, Mike, is to identify the soft spots quickly. You need your guys to get open and stay open all before that defense has a chance to get home with their rush. They want to tie the coverage in with the rush unit. Like you see here, when you can give good protection and your receivers can get open and find those open spots, you deliver the ball on time. There's a lot of room to operate.
Over the middle, that's the tight end, Conklin. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. Now he'll run it. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Well, he's doing it all on this drive. He's throwing the ball well, and now he's able to use his legs to pick up good yardage and get a fresh set of downs.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Rodgers. To the outside, it's brought in by Adams.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
3rd and 6. Now Rodgers. He'll try to run for it. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. On comes Greg Zuerlein to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Jet, and apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. 3rd quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Gould on the return. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa! Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. And they're going to scoop it up and take it the other way for a touchdown to extend their lead. The dream start here. They gave them 6 points on the kick return and have extended their lead here, Greg.
Yeah, and the talk at halftime was, let's come out. Let's get an early stop on defense. Let's get the ball back to our offense to try to extend our lead. But they don't even need to give the ball back to their offense, Mike. Their kickoff unit forces the big turnover and is able to scoop and score and take it back for 6.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zuerlein is out to kick this one off. Here's Gould on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. From the gun, Richardson. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Richardson. And this will be incomplete. Third and 9. Here's Richardson. Quick throw here is complete. 17 yards on that connection. First down, Indianapolis.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. Pass right side to Downs. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. Space to run inside the 20. And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He's got it at the 3. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And he will take it in himself. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Gay to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Colts are able to edge a bit closer. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Gibson now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jets offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. First and 10. They will run it over center with Hall. And he'll get to the 40 on a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. A throw left side taken in by Corley. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
That one a bit high, but it's complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You don't want to make a living off of making these kind of throws, Mike. It's one thing to throw into tight coverage, but it's another thing to throw into tight double coverage. And while the quarterback gets away with one here, I don't think you want to make a living doing it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He'll find his tight end, Conklin. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
On the handoff, here comes Hall. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
On the run, here's Hall. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Now a second down throw from Rodgers. That one caught by Wilson. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
They'll try to run it with Hall, and he will score again. Reese Hall, touchdown Jets. And making a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Here's Gould on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense ready for this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. He's going to keep it himself. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
When you're game planning during the week for a mobile quarterback like this, on every down, you have to have somebody to account for him. You can see why here. He's able to escape the pocket, turn into a runner, and he can take every play and make it a big play.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Richardson operating from the pistol. He's going to tuck it and go.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Now Richardson coming open is Pierce. It's on target.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's a run by Taylor. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Here's Richardson. Incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. The Jets offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we roll through the highlights, we see how important he has been to his team's success in this one. Running the ball in concert with an offensive line that did a great job in clearing the path. It has been a great team effort thus far today. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, Rodgers. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. A big play for the Jets. And even 30 yards.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
They give to Hall. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. A give. Here's Hall. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third and long. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. 3rd down, here's Hall. On comes the punt team now for the Jets. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. This team's offense ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Looking to throw, Richardson. That's the tight end, Mo Cox. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Richardson. And this one is caught by Pierce. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. On 1st down, it's Richardson. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. A throw on the move is caught. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
3rd and long. Here we go. One final play. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. So this one in the win column for the Jets. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. Good night from South Florida.